All right, NFL fans, welcome to week 3 Eggheads Picks. So glad you could join me. Coming off an absolutely horrible week of betting football. My God, I did win some money though. I made some money, but my picks, man, they absolutely were horrendous. They really were. There were so many upsets. So if you guys, anyone out there got 8 games right, hey, good for you. You're that is awesome because the way the week went last week, I don't think anyone could have predicted what would happen. I mean, it was just unbelievable, upset after upset after upset. It was wild, and that's just the way it is, man. In first 2 3 weeks, NFL, it's always like that. It seems like if you could pick them, hey, good for you. Without further ado, let's get on with this week's picks. New England versus the Jets, first game. Jets are favored by 6.5. Over and under is 38.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets in this one. I don't like giving up that 6.5 because it's a divisional game. I really don't. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the Jets in over 38.5. Jets in over 38.5. Next game, Giants versus the Browns. Browns got them a win. Deshaun Watson didn't look as horrible as he did. Browns are favored by 6.5. Over and under 38.5. I'm taking the Browns and under in this one. Browns and under 38.5. Next game, Chicago versus the Colts. Hey, I thought my Bears were going to go up there and do something in Houston. Turns out, no. Caleb got a couple interceptions. No big deal. He's learning. He will learn. I think he will be good. I know he will be good. And the Bears will be in the promised land soon. But this game here, I'm not going to pick a winner. I'm going to take over. Over is 43.5. I'm going over with that. Next game, Houston versus the Vikings. Vikings ain't looking too bad. Hey, Sam Darnold shocking me and shocking a lot of other people. Houston's favored by 2.5. Houston is tough too, man. But you know what? I'm going to look for the upset this week. I'm taking the Vikings to upset Houston. Vikings to upset Houston. Next game, Eagles versus the Saints. Eagles coming off a horrible loss to the Falcons, man. They just give that game away. They really did. I mean, they had. I mean, I just want to forget about that game. It was horrible, and they gave it away. I don't see them giving this game away, but I see them losing it to the Saints. 2.5, no big deal. I'll give you the 2.5. I'm taking the Saints. Next game, Chargers versus Pittsburgh, and you know what? This is a wild game here to me. This is my friend who just passed away last week, the biggest Pittsburgh fan I've ever seen in my life, man. He's a great person. I'm going to miss him so bad. He's my buddy, Mark Alaricio. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Pittsburgh because they're favored by 1.5. They're at home, and I know my buddy's looking down on them, rooting for them, and this is going to be a win for him. So, Mark, this is for you, brother. I'm taking Pittsburgh all day in this game. All day. And I'll give you the 1.5. Next game, Denver versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's favored by 6.5. They're not looking too bad. They went up in Detroit and beat them pretty good. Over and under 39.5. I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking Tampa Bay to win this game, and we'll go over to 39. Tampa Bay and over. Next game, Packers versus Tennessee. Tennessee, man, their quarterback, he looks great at times, and he makes these crazy mistakes. They're favored by 2.5. I'm going to take Tennessee to get their first win of the year at home. Tennessee, I'll give you the 2.5. Next game, Panthers versus Raiders. Raiders are favored by 5.5. Over and under 39.5. I'm taking the Raiders in this one. I'll give you the 5.5. Next game, Miami versus Seattle. As you know, Tua's out. Miami's still got a lot of talent on that team, though. Seattle's favored by 4.5. Over and under is 41.5. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm taking Seattle and under 41. Seattle and under. Even with that explosive team Miami's got, I'm taking Seattle and under. Next game, Detroit versus the Cardinals. Over and under is 51.5. Detroit is the favorite team on the road, and the Cardinals look really good last week. You know what? They didn't look bad the first week. Remember, they barely lost to Buffalo. This could be an upset right here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to ride with the Cardinals and give me the 3. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'll take the 3. Next game, Baltimore versus the Cowboys. Baltimore. Can you believe this? They don't have a win this year. Cowboys didn't look too hot last week. I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking the I don't want to do it, but I'm taking the Cowboys at home. And I'll take the 1.5. I should just go over in this game. You know what I think? That's what I'm going to do. Let's change that. Here's my lock of the week. The Baltimore versus the Cowboys to go over 48.5. That's my lock of the week right there. All righty. San Francisco versus the Rams. San Francisco owns the Rams. And even when the Rams had Cooper Kupp and everybody healthy, I'm taking San Francisco in this right here, no doubt. I'm taking San Francisco and over 44.5. San Francisco and over. Next game, Kansas City versus the Falcons. Kansas City's favored by 3.5. They're playing in Atlanta. I'm going to ride with Atlanta. Give me Atlanta, I'll take the 3.5. Next game, Jacksonville versus the Bills. I'm taking the Bills all day in this one. Jacksonville, they're not looking good, man. They're not playing good football. They're going to play this game tough. No doubt about that. It's going to be a good game. Over and under is 45.5. I like the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills and over. How about that? Bills and over 45.5. All right. Good luck to everybody. Hope everybody makes some money. And hey, see you next week. Adios.